Oliver Anthony is facing backlash after clarifying the meaning of Richmond north of Richmond. Yeah, so I think this is interesting. He's getting a bunch of backlash from the right. I think you guys know who he is. He just hit #1 on Billboard, unprecedented. Very, very interesting. And now, like, the right's mad at him because apparently he has a fake accent and he just has like a slight southern twang and it's not like his songs. I don't care about that. And then also he came out and he said, well, the best thing about America is diversity. So then the right's like, wait, what? But how can you really disagree with that? I mean, like, diversity, like affirmative action, I don't think that's what he's talking about. He's just saying we're such a melting pot, and that's what makes America great. That is what makes America great. It's like equal rights for everybody, and the culture just all coming together is awesome. Like, look at the architecture, look at music, look at it. There's a reason why we're the entertainment hub of the world. You know, we get all these different cultures together, and we blend them. And that's traditionally why America's so awesome. It's like, how can you disagree with that? I think he just said diversity and people took it the wrong way. They're like the diversity hires and the BlackRock stuff, you know, affirmative action. It's like, I don't think that's what he meant. I think he just meant all the cultures come together. That's why the architecture and stuff is so interesting. Well, you go to like Venice, right? And it's cool. I like Venice, but it all looks the same. I live in Austin and like every new building looks different, right? And then he also was saying he thought it was really funny. We'll play a clip and you get more specific with this. But then he was also saying that they were playing it at the Republican debate. And he's just like, it's just hilarious because you have to listen to this. And those politicians up there, this is what I wrote the song about. It's not just like Joe Biden, or it's way bigger than Joe Biden. And then people are mad at him because of it. I was like, he says, I'm just for small government. He's like, I like small town values, more local stuff. And I can definitely get behind that. And the diversity thing, too. I think I agree with him. You know, again, forced diversity and like companies. Who likes that? Affirmative? No, people. I don't think he's saying that. He's just saying us all blending together and we're all from different ways of life. We all have different backgrounds and everything. And we come together and we can do great things because everyone has different perspectives. So I agree with him on that. And then again, on just, the small town values. And he was saying, like, Republicans are just as bad as Democrats. How can you disagree? Like Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, these people, Kevin McCarthy. I don't even know why he's getting backlash. But let's play a clip and get more details.
So music sensation Oliver Anthony of Richmond, north of Virginia, says government will not save us.
No, the government.
Wrote a song, when I went out for this general public for its meeting to stop relying on someone 100 or 500 miles away from them to solve their problems for them, he added. You see here. Here's
government. What I want out of this, like for the general public, it's for people to, I guess, for one, to stop relying on
somewhere or someone too far away. He talks about community. He talks about small town values.
Yeah, I don't really understand why he's getting backlash. I guess people are just seeing a quote. Seeing a quote and not actually listening to what he's actually saying. It's like, why is this guy getting backlash from this? The song speaks for itself, right? You'd think they would already be thinking that. I think a lot of Republicans are like getting behind it. And they're like, okay, this is my type of song. But it's about government being bad in general. And I mean, if people really stop and think about it, like I was saying, Lindsey Graham, Kevin McCarthy, Mitch McConnell, even people on the right, they agree with this. I don't think they're listening to the whole, what he's actually saying and trying to wrap their head around it.
Nobody in the federal government's coming to save us.
Definitely.
And he's probably right?
He's definitely right.
But then what happens is conservatives turn on Oliver Anthony after his real accent
the Independent.
In interview. Right?
They're smear campaigning
America's diversity in an interview, infuriating his supporters. Now, this is something I talked about with people at the RNC.
I'm not infuriated.
People kept saying to me, I've always said, this guy has never said he's a conservative. He's never said he loves Trump.
Yeah.
He's never said, that he's religious or that
he's like a libertarian.
He's just a musician. And in my experience, most musicians are either apolitical or leftist.
I don't think he's a leftist, though.
Now, Mr. Anthony's rich song North of Richmond, a reference
to
politicians
probably a libertarian.
in Washington, D.C., became a viral hit.
I don't know why you would say that. A leftist, he says like it's bigger than Joe Biden. Like he hates all politicians. I definitely wouldn't say he's a leftist. He sounds like a libertarian, like small government guy.
Last week, after right-wing commenters commented on social media praised it for its raw and real messaging, They seem to have turned on Mr. Anthony after a video emerged of his, quote, real accent is not a twangy Appalachian one.
Oh, no.
Infuriating conservatives even further.
He uses an accent in a song that he doesn't actually have because it's art, right? Like Leo DiCaprio and stuff. He's been in plenty of movies. He's in Wolf of Wall Street. He doesn't have a Boston accent. So what? It makes the song feel better, doesn't it?
The fact that Mr. Anthony also praised diversity as the United States' main strength. During a Fox News interview, Mr. Anthony, who grew
I was saying earlier, I also like the diversity. Forcing it on companies and shoehorning it into movies and stuff, I hate that. I hate it. But, I love going out and meeting people from all these different cultures, different accents. Not everyone was born here. It's really interesting. That's what's amazing about America. Everyone comes here from all walks of life. It keeps stuff very interesting.
Up in North Carolina, speaks with what sounds like a typical American accent.
So what?
I mean, while we are the melting pot of the world.
Again, actors do the same thing in movies. So what? It makes the song feel better. If you had an American accent in that song, it wouldn't be as good. Him having that country twang accent, it just makes the song better. It really does.
Mr. Anthony told the interviewer in the video, and that's what makes us strong is our diversity, and we need to learn to harness that and appreciate it and not use it as a political tool to keep everyone separate from each other.
Yeah, exactly. He makes a lot of good points, and we have harnessed it since the foundation of America. All these cultures coming together to make good music, dance, film. There's a reason why America's biggest export is our art and our culture, because we have so much diverse opinions and different culture. They blend together, and it just makes some awesome stuff.
An ex-user who pinned tweet has links to videos praising a leader of the American party, Mr. Anthony, an algorithm-boosted based red beard hillbilly song who's faking his accent.
Faking.
That's what they referred to him.
Faking is, again, actors fake their accents. So what? It makes the art better.
The user also took offense to the fact that the singer said that diversity is our strength, and they were not only the only one lashing out at Mr. Anthony. One user said he was trying to become a rich man north of Richmond, while others came to the conclusion of Mr. Anthony's left-wing critics
wants to be rich, but
already voiced that he is an
DC
industry
rich,
plant meant to enrapture Republican consumers starving for conservative media.
It could be. He could be an industry plant. It doesn't really strike me like he doesn't strike me as that, but it's hard to spot industry plants. It really is. He might have just wrote a good song and it just blew up. Doesn't mean he's an industry plant. It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's really hard to say. Like Billie Eilish was an industry plant, and it's really hard to tell.
These companies are testing waters to see if they can create fake Republican singers to make more money off Republican demographic. It's probably true.
Could be.
And if it works, people won't see the bigger picture, and there's no visible hand. It's only a corporate string. Popular commentator Craig T. Nelson found the conservatives' swift reversal entertaining. Conservatives got a hold of a clip of the astroturfed country song guy saying America is a melting pot. Now he's effing canceled.
Yeah,
also potentially
I don't know
agent
if he's
they
canceled,
wrote.
but
Here's the thing.
It's interesting that rubs people the wrong way. I kind of get it because of all the DEI and just all this nonsense with diversity. But I mean, like, if you really think of real diversity, then like, if it's not forced on anyone, like the country as a whole, that's awesome. Everyone comes here. I think that's what made America great in the first place. Everyone wanted to come here, all these different cultures and stuff. Like I was saying already, I feel like a broken record at this point, but yeah, it's like everyone comes together and we blend ideas, and it just makes really good stuff.
I think diversity is a strength.
Yeah, he agrees.
Of thought. It isn't inherently a strength if there isn't diversity of thought.
It's not inherent, but
that diversity of thought can come from a diverse group of people.
Most of the time.
What he's saying here isn't.
I mean, if it's forced, and if there's like how all the Middle Eastern people are going into Europe and the culture is all different. I don't know about that, because then you just have two cultures clashing. But you have a true melting pot like America. I think it's great.
Offensive to me. Again, the guy never said, I'm a conservative and I support conservatives, blah, blah, blah,
He doesn't
blah, blah.
like government.
All he's saying is, we're stronger together than apart. He's not saying like BLM or any of this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
In this quote.
I don't think that's what he. I think that's how people took it.
There's nothing wrong.
I think people took it as like BLM and affirmative action, but I don't think that's what he's saying in the slightest.
With what he said. You know, it's if you turn on the mainstream media, it's not said a different way. Okay, said maybe how I'd refer to it is the mainstream media, and everybody wants to divide us. They want us to think that every race hates each other.
Yeah, and that's it.
You know, and even, you know, Twitter's, you know, financially incentivizing that through their monetization program now, and people just post race bait videos all day because that's where the money is. And when you divide people, they're easier to control. I
think the division isn't real. Like Crowder just did a change my mind type thing. It wasn't exactly change my mind. I forgot what he's calling it. And he talks to some black people about it, and they pretty much just. He talked to like 5 or 6 black people on this show this week, and they all pretty much just agreed on like everything. The differences here and there, but for the most part, they're like, oh yeah, cool. He just wanted to go and talk, and he was bringing it up like to the people he talked to. He was like, the media always wants to act like we're divided and everything. They're just like, no, we're not divided. I don't feel that way. But so the media says it, and I think that's how people took it, I guess. When he said diversity is important, which I get because all the DEI and stuff, you need, you know, diversity in your company, diversity training and all that. I don't think that's what he meant at all. I just think he like I said, like he just thinks all these cultures coming together is a great thing.
I wouldn't have said it this way, but I 100% agree with what he said. That doesn't make him.
But they could have just kind of like misquoted him per se. Maybe took it out of context. He might have elaborated more. And they just cut it out. That could definitely have been the case. That's what makes me think he's not an industry plant, really, is the media's not on his side at all. They just seem like this article from The Independent seems like it was trying to sabotage him.
And then he released a video today, you know, not mincing his words, essentially saying, yo, I'm not a conservative. I don't care about conservative government people. I'm not a government guy.
He hates politicians.
You know, and he basically denounces Republicans claiming his song.
I guess. Putting kind of
if there is anything for me to address at all with you, it's that.
It's funny. He's just in a truck and it's raining.
You know, it's the one thing that has bothered me is seeing people wrap politics up into this.
See, it's like he doesn't have that country twang accent. He just has a normal American accent. He's a little Southern, and again, he just emphasized it for the song, which again I think made the song better.
I'm disappointed to see, like, it's aggravating seeing people on conservative news try to identify with me like I'm one of them. It's aggravating seeing certain musicians and politicians act like we're buddies and
he hates politicians.
Like we're fighting the same struggle here, like that we're trying to present the same message. You know, I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I've tried to be polite to everybody, and I've talked to hundreds of people the last 2 weeks. But it seems like certain people want to just ride the attention of this song to maybe make them their own selves relevant, and that's aggravating as hell. The other thing that I find aggravating is, well, you know, like, it was funny seeing my song in the. It was funny seeing it at the presidential debate, because it's like I wrote that song about those people, you know. So for them to have to sit there and listen to that cracks me
I
up.
like him personally.
But it was funny kind of seeing the response to it. Like, that song has nothing to do with Joe Biden, you know?
It has to do with government.
Than Joe Biden.
Yeah, way bigger than Joe Biden. I got exactly what he's saying.
That song is written about the people on that stage, and a lot more too. Not just them, but definitely them.
Yeah,
it's cool seeing some of my other music come out because people are.
I got to listen to his other music.
What he's saying is,
I got to check it out.
You know, I don't. He just.
I wish he would have
government,
played the rest of
right?
that clip.
He doesn't like politicians.
Yeah.
If anything,
who does? Who likes politicians?
It makes him more relatable.
Yeah, how is he getting backlash for this?
Right. I mean, when I was at the debate, everybody was playing this song.
It's a good song.
And I was like, bro, you know that Republicans are just as bad. Like, yeah, I vote that way because I want to pay less taxes for the most part. I'm a few issue type voter. I don't want.
Do Republicans actually want to lower taxes though? Like Trump does. They say they do, but do they generally do it? Come on, they don't.
I won't vote for any war hawks if there's an R in front of their name and they're a war hawk. I'll vote independent. I'll vote independent if it's somebody who's fiscally conservative. I don't put an R in front of my name and identify that way, just like I don't think it's smart for anyone to do it with a D or an R or even an I.
Anybody.
Right? Or a Green Party or whatever. You should vote for who you think is best, not who,
The Libertarian Party, because of the Mises Caucus, I consider myself a libertarian, but I never vote libertarian. Gary Johnson, come on. Guy's more left than certain Democrats, right? So it's just like, you shouldn't do that to anybody. To listen to what they want to do, listen to their politics, listen to what their policies are. You can't always trust that either because, Obama's campaigned on a lot of policies, like transparency. And he was even saying smaller government when he ran in 2008. And it's just a lie. But what can you do? But yeah, I wouldn't just vote for anybody because of what party they're in. That's not a good idea. And like he's saying, like all politicians are bad pretty much. Like lifelong politicians. Like, I like Trump and, like, Vivek Ramaswamy. They're not real politicians. They're business people that got into politics. There's a difference, a huge difference.
Letters in front of their name. But in this particular video, again, so he's probably going to get backlash after this video. Is he an industry plant? I don't know.
I don't think so, but he could be.
He never said that he never said he was talking about Joe Biden. He never said he was talking about Democrats. He was talking about politicians.
Politicians, government, yeah.
Now, he did not go out of his way there to specifically say, and Democrats. He said it's a lot more than that.
Kinda did.
But again, this dude's, in good faith, just trying to make music.
It's all of it.
He's not trying to buddy up to the conservative party who have co-opted his song. So if people are going to be mad about that, I disagree.
I don't know why people are mad.
And I got to be honest with you, if you like music, then most of them are liberal, I'll say. That doesn't mean there's some wild hippy-dippy, actually hippies are fine, but some crazy far leftist. It just means that most musicians are liberal. There are very few true conservative musicians.
So
and that's okay. And if you like Oliver Anthony's music, that's okay. If you feel offended that he had to make this video to say, hey, bro, I don't like conservatives either. This ain't a conservative song. It's not his fault. They claimed it. If you like the song, you should still like the song. I guess that's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do.
Yeah, very interesting. Like I've said, I'll sum it up real quick because I think I've said everything that I can say multiple times throughout this video. But I think it's dumb. I don't know why anyone cares. Who cares if he's conservative or whatever? If it relates to you as a conservative, that's kind of the thing people got to keep in mind now, right? Is if you make an authentic song that people are going to like in general, that's a real message, not like a pop song or something. But you have a real message like this, conservatives are going to be the ones who it resonates with. Right? And the leftists hated him because they're like, oh, no, all this stuff. It's like, you like Epstein Island? He brings up Epstein Island and the evils of politicians, like keeping the military down. And, normal people now are on the right. It's weird. So when he says, I'm not a conservative, I'd say that about me. I'd probably lean conservative on a lot of issues, but I'm more of a libertarian. You know what I mean? I'm not like particularly religious or anything. So, so it's just like, but who cares? You can relate to me. It's like Tim Pool, a lot of people can relate to him, or the Quartering, who I just played a clip of. It doesn't matter. You can still like people, and we're going to lean certain ways. We might disagree with any things here and there, but that's awesome. So what? Right? He doesn't want government in his life, and he thinks it's dumb if you're like, okay, you want to go and have someone save you from, like, most conservatives would agree with this stuff, right? But he just doesn't view himself as a conservative. He, like I said, he's like in the middle. He's a libertarian. He just hates all government. And who can not agree with that? The modern day Republican Party should just listen up and hear what he's saying, because how can you not agree with that? If you like Mitch McConnell and you like Lindsey Graham and stuff, okay, yeah, you probably don't like you probably don't like this guy. You probably don't like me either. You know, I don't want the Ukraine war. I hate the drug war, all this non-stuff. It's like the same thing as the left, just on the other side. I live in Texas, and you can't get liquor past 9 p.m. on almost every day. And then on Sundays, you can't get liquor, period. That's not small government. Like, the right likes to rep small government, but no. It's like the George Bush conservative. You know, you still want just as much power as the left. It's just on different things. The drug war that Reagan and Nixon started, it's just stupid. I mean, I get it. I live in Austin, so having heroin needles on the streets isn't good. Don't get me wrong. I don't like it. But the fact that we've spent so much money on it, we spent so much money on the drug war, and where is it getting us? You want to stop drugs from coming in the border? Okay, fair enough. The fentanyl crisis is awful. Definitely. But the drug war in general, it's just bigger government. Wouldn't it be better to do charities and stuff like that and better outreach? The government doesn't ever solve anything. When you want to get government involved, it always makes it worse. I think government getting involved made the drug war worse because it let people make money on it. And then don't talk about the drug war. What about the pharmaceutical industry? They declare this drug war on all of these things, but then pharmaceuticals, no, it's fine. You can go and sell those legally. And look at the opioid epidemic, right? Fentanyl is actually technically legal, not in these weird street drugs that they make, but it's still legal. You can use it for certain things, and look at the damage it can do. You know what I mean? And then you go on and you talk about other things that conservative, like all the wars that conservatives have started and wanted to start, all this warmongering the last 40 years. Who wants to even be a conservative, like the traditional conservative? Modern day conservative, I think, is different. But Oliver Anthony probably doesn't think like that. He's like, hey, no, I'm a libertarian. I'm a small government guy. If you think that the right's going to come and save you like Mike Pence, what the hell is he going to do? You think he's going to come and help you and make your life better? Come on, give me a break. He just wants power, just like Joe Biden. The exception, like I said, is Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy. They're already rich. They are already famous, right? Especially Trump before he got elected. I think they want to help the country, and they're going out of their way. The other people, this is their job. This is their promotion. This is becoming CEO of the company, for these people. Where Trump and Vivek, they're like, well, I'll just make my own company. And I get to be CEO, right? So, yeah. I like him. I like Oliver Anthony. I don't think he should be getting backlash at all, especially for the majority of the right nowadays. If you're some donor class that like Lincoln Project and you hate Trump and everything, you shouldn't have liked him in the first place. Like Lindsey Graham, come on. I love how he said and he's like, I love how I was playing in the debate, and I hate those people too. It's like, who doesn't? Again, the only person I like on there is Vivek. Other than that, they're all just traditional politicians. They say political stuff. Who would like that, right? And again, I'm surprised they even co-opted the song because it's about small government. He's just talking shit about all this stuff anyways. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for daily news updates, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and share your thoughts on the story in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.